US30 shot up over 7,500 pips today, and I'm going to show you exactly how this happened and how you could have caught the same move. Before we get started, if you guys want a free forex trading, make sure you click the link in my bio. As well with that, if you need a broker to trade US30 on, I linked one in the description below. And guys, I'm now opening up my one-on-one mentorship to learn my exact US30 strategy. If you want to learn, make sure you send me a message on Instagram and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And also guys, I need you all to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'm going to be posting content like this very frequently and it's only going to help you out. And guys, if you could like this video, that would mean a ton to me. It takes a lot of energy and effort to make these videos and I'm making them all for you guys for 100% free. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. You guys might think I'm wearing some fancy pants and some nice shoes below this shirt, but honestly, I'm just wearing some swim trunks. But guys, I'm going to show you exactly how US30 did this huge move today. And from the open of the New York session to the high, it went up over 10,000 pips. So I kind of did lie to you guys at the beginning of the video, but hey, it went up 10,500 pips today, and you guys could have caught a good amount of this move. So let's really dive in and break down what happened today. First, I want to go over Forex Factory, see if there was any news. So the date today is Friday, October 21st, 2022. We did not have any news, which is a good thing. Realistically, I don't like to be trading when there's news going on. So that's a good thing that we didn't have news. All throughout the week, we really did not have a lot of news. And even though we did have news on Monday and Thursday, these were not really like big news events, so it didn't affect the market too much. Now, looking at US30, what I'm going to do is just do an outlook of the market right now. We are in an uptrend, and I'm not going to lie, the US economy is jacked up right now with Biden. I don't even like saying that name in the presidential. It just as our president, and he's not doing a very good job. So the economy is going down right now, but hey, we're seeing the markets actually push up. This is good for the Dow Jones, and the Dow Jones represents the top 30 companies in America. So that means that the companies are starting to get back on track, which is good. We do have a long way to go though to get back to our all-time highs right here at 36,900 level. So let's see if we can make that happen. But guys, I want to show you, this was during COVID right here. So we are not as low as we were during COVID, and they're saying we're going into a recession. So I don't really believe in this whole recession thing. I think that a recession is just a mindset thing. And I want to tell you guys a story real quick before we get started. There was this guy who owned several hot dog stands all around New York. And his son that was in college heard from his professor, hey, we're going into a recession. He goes home to his dad and tells his dad, hey, Dad, you know we're going into a recession. Like, you should probably get cheaper quality hot dogs. You should probably cut back on your spending. Just telling him all this nonsense. And his dad took his son's advice. And they did go into recession, but it wasn't as bad as they thought. And the dad had 20 hot dog stands before the recession. After the recession had ended, he had one hot dog stand because he shifted this mindset from, yo, we're not in a recession. Everything's fine. I'm making money from my hot dog stands. I'm doing fine. To then getting this advice from his son and getting scared in a way to thinking, oh, I need to cut back on my spending. I need to cut back on the quality of my food. And he lost a lot of customers doing that. And he went out of business on a lot of his hot dog stands. So I believe that we're in a recession, they want to say. But at the end of the day, it's all a mindset thing. If you let these little things bother you and get in the way from you starting a new business, learning how to trade, whatever it may be, then you have a really weak, gullible mindset. So a lot of you, I want you to understand that just because they say we're in a recession, don't let that scare you guys. The markets are always going to be here, one. And two, we can make money whether the markets are going up or they're going down. So it really does not matter for us. As we can see though, we are in a downtrend on the long-term side. For the past couple of weeks, ever since we barely got into October though, we can see that we are starting to push up, which is a good sign. We had a really nice push today. So One thing that I'm usually looking at before I'm trading is like, yo, what's happening over the past 3 to 5 days? And we can see the previous days we are in an uptrend. We had on Tuesday right here, we hit a high for the first time in like a week or two. And then we can see that on Wednesday it didn't BS. That's why we don't trade on Wednesdays like my last video I mentioned. And then on Thursday, we actually had it start to break or hit this previous resistance right here, came back down. So I want you guys to understand, for us to really see a big push like this, when we're seeing 1, 2, 3 days hitting the same resistance, it needs a lot of volume and a lot of strength to break this point of resistance, which we broke today. So when we see it kind of ranging, just going back and forth, there's no overall trend. That means that one of these days, it's either going to break support and go to the downside, or it's going to break resistance and go to the upside. And that's what we saw today, is we saw a break of resistance right here today around 9:45, so like 10 a.m. my time in California, the PST time zone, we saw a break. And that was a really good tell sign. So I knew that it was going to be a very good buy today. And we need to take note that during the Asia session, this was a high of the Asia session right here, and this was the low going into the New York session right here. So we were just ranging through the zone right here, couldn't break it, tried to break right here, came back down. Now notice that our open candle is at 6:30. After this candle closes, it's open in the market right here on this candle. We saw on this previous candle, the 6 a.m. to 6:15 a.m. candle, we saw it break this resistance. Notice how this wick wicked outside of here. Yeah, the candle didn't close outside of it, but seeing a big push like that before the market opened, and it's already going and pushing up, that means that when the market opens up, we should see a fairly big push to the upside. And that's exactly what we saw right here. So we can see that once this point of resistance right here was broken, good tell sign it's going to go up. Once this point of resistance was broken, very good tell sign that it's going to go up. And right at the market open on this candle right here, we can see that it did retest this low right here. That's what the market makers are doing. They're saying, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to push the market down at first. And you guys see this long wick right here? You need to understand that when that candle was red, it looked like a candle like this. So all the beginner traders, maybe this is some of you, these beginner traders are very impatient, very greedy, just trying to get rich right off the bat. And they're saying, yo, it's dropping, sell, sell, sell. And that's why I stress it so much. It is so important for you guys to wait till the candle is completely closed. And we have a ticker right here. Obviously, the market is now closed, but there's usually a timer that'll tell you when that candle is going to close and the new one is going to open up. 3 to 5 seconds before that candle closes is when I am taking my trade. So at 6:29, when we have like 3 to 5 seconds left till it gets to 6:30, that's when I'm entering my trade. I'm usually always doing market executions. I am not doing buy limits or sell limits. That's just not me. So we can see that this candle came down, and all the retail beginner traders that are stuck in Candyland are saying sell, 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 because they're extremely greedy, like I said a second ago. And all the market makers are doing is pushing it down. It's like throwing bait in the water, a piece of squid, and all the fish are biting them. Oh my God, food, 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 food. Then boom, they all get hooked. They all get hooked, taken up out of the water. So all the retail traders are getting into sell positions, and they are all getting their trades. They're all about to get stopped out. So the market makers are like, all right, let's flash them something pretty. They're all going to take the bait. And understand that me and you and all the other people that trade US30, it's not like a really small group of people. Like, there's a vast majority of people that are now trading US30. So when they do that stuff, all these people see the market going down, they're loading up on orders. And there's millions, tens of millions, of hundreds of millions of dollars that are being liquidated into the market at that time when it's dropping. So the market makers are like, yo, we can drop it. We can probably get like 50 to 100 million in equity down there. And then what we could do is hit all their stop loss, and we'll take all that money that they just put into the market. That's the mindset of the market makers. And this is why, Guys, if you join my mentorship, I'll teach you all my secrets, everything. It's not that expensive for a life-changing skill, so be open-minded to that. But all they're doing is just flashing it, trapping them all. They're like, yo, we're going to get all their money right now, and then boom, they shoot up. This is the same minute 15 candle, by the way. Shoots up, and they're all like, fuck, stop loss just got hit. We're stopped out. And a lot of traders, once they get stopped out the first time, they might have the audacity to come back again. But they're very hesitant. And a lot of traders might be a little greedy where they're saying, okay, on this trade, I'm going to have my stops a little smaller. Or they're saying, you know what, I got stopped out of my sell position, but it's just going to go up a little bit, and then it's going to go down, and then they get stopped out again. So be very cautious of the market open. So we can see the resistance was broken, resistance is broken. After this candle closed at the market open, I'm not going to lie, this kind of looks like a doji. If you are not 100% certain with how the candle is closing, wait for the next candle to close. And we saw this 645 candle close with the rejection to our psychological level of 30,250. We can see the EMAs now have crossed under, and we can see that we do have a spinning top candle. At that point, you could have rode it up to the next psychological level and caught it back. But the biggest thing that you guys need to understand when it comes to trading is patience. Controlling that urge that you have to immediately take the trade just because you see it and you're excited. Take your hands and put them under your butt and just sit there if you need to and wait. Because there are always going to be other setups that come, and you don't need to force these setups to come, because when you do that, you're just going to mess up with your brain. You're just going to mess your brain up. And at the end of the day, you guys don't need to be taking too many trades on US30 because the payout is so high. If you were to have entered right here after this candle closed, had your stops right below it, that's a big stop right there. But to this next psychological level, guys, 3,200 pips is what you could have caught. If you just were patient all throughout the week and you're like, you know what, I just want to catch one good trade, this could have been your trade right here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Peace out, and make sure that you guys are being patient when it comes to trading because it will pay off.